think I'm not live yet. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm in now, I think. Cool. Hey, everyone. I definitely did not just spend the last 5 minutes thinking I was live. I think I am live now. There we go. Cool. I use OBS to stream to YouTube, and they're just they work separately. So you need to start the. I think, anyways, you need to. I scheduled the live stream on YouTube, and then you go to OBS and you click start stream usually, and it starts it on YouTube. But I guess because I scheduled it, it's a bit different. So I started it on OBS, and it says you're streaming. So as far as OBS is concerned, you're streaming, and I didn't realize that you then additionally need to click go live on YouTube, which I did not do. So let's sum up let's redo what I did the last 5 minutes. I'm automating Harry Mac bars. So Harry Mac bars is just a little tool I created a while ago. Just a bit of fun. It scrapes. Sorry, just checking the audio is okay. It scrapes Harry Mac's YouTube videos using Puppeteer. Gets all basically the transcripts, saves them. I'm just saving them basically all into the repository here to JSON files. So if I just click on one of these, you can see I'm just scraping. Yeah, it's got link. It's got the title. It's got the text at that point. In this case, it's just music, and then it's got the time. So it kind of scripts all that, and then I end up chucking it on Elasticsearch, and I built this kind of front end for basically querying that Elasticsearch. So if you query a phrase or a word that he said in one of his YouTube videos, let's search another random word, Lightspeed, then it will come up with a list of the videos he said it, and then once you click on one of those videos, it will give you the YouTube video and the timestamp in which he said it, so that you can click onto that, and it'll take you to the timestamp which he said it, and you can kind of take it from there. So that's the app. The problem with it is it needs manual. It needs me to manually update the scripts, and when I say manually, it just means running a few scripts to add to basically scrape the new videos. So anytime I want to add the latest videos, I need to come in here. I need to run a few scripts. So I need to run this get all video scripts, which goes in and gets the latest, or gets all the videos, saves into the file. And then I need to run this transcript scraper, which takes all the videos, takes the existing scraped videos, which I also store, and then it kind of diffs them, finds the new links, and then it goes through all those, scrapes them, saves the transcripts, and then I need to run the final one, which is the Elasticsearch indexer, which goes through those scripts and actually sends them up to Elasticsearch, indexes them, etc. So yeah, I need to do that a few times. And there's also another thing, which I need to do this all while running an instance of Chromium locally. So there's like a few things I need to kind of change here and there. So it's a bit messy. So I want to try automate that so that it can just run periodically, once every few days or once a day or whatever it is. So that way I can keep it up to date. So I thought that would, and I keep putting this back, and I keep pushing it back, and I never get time. So I'm doing it on the live stream. So I've got about an hour. Actually, I've got less than an hour now. So the idea is that this will probably span just probably a few streams, or I'll do some on stream, some offline. But I'll at least start it off stream and I've come up with a high level plan in my notes here. And I'll just kind of start there. And there's going to be a potential problem with the actual scraping, which I'll figure out later. And the reason for that is because last I tried, and I didn't look too much into it, but I might do now. When you open up YouTube in incognito, there's this kind of Google cookies terms of service agreement thing, but that opens up in an iframe, which last time I think it caused some issues. Let's see, does it open up in an iframe? Yeah, it opens up in an iframe with a different domain, so it caused some issues when I was trying to use Puppeteer to basically, query this and click on buttons, etc. So I think there's some sort of security things in play there where you can't, do that across iframes, or you might be able to, and I just didn't look into it hard enough. So that's the plan. I don't think we'll get there today, but I'll at least come up with a high level plan. So that's what I'm doing. So I guess first thing I want to do is I want to go to Firebase Functions, because you definitely get, so you get the standard functions, but you definitely get like timed or scheduled functions, which I want to, or maybe we can look into that. I can look into that later, but I'll start off with a standard function so I can test. But you do get, let's see, where is this? Function triggers. Call functions directly. Run functions on a schedule. So you can run this on a schedule. You can run every 5 minutes. You can, I guess in my case, you can pass in a cron job. So this is eventually what I'd like to use, just hey, run this every night or every few nights and run the transcript and, do all that. Hey, Chandra. How you doing? So yeah, that's the plan. But for now, I guess what I'll do is I'll just start with the standard function and just try plan out what I want to do. And then I'll add the implementations later or soon or whenever. But yeah, let's see how far we get in, let's say 45 minutes, an hour. Can't imagine too far, but that's okay. So I'm going to jump into my high max functions index here. Close this. So currently I've just got a couple of functions for searching the bar. So that's what happens when you actually search the bars here. So when you search the first one, that's the search bars. That brings back all the different videos with some word. And then when you click on the second one, this search bars for video function, search exactly that for the video. So these are all within this one video. This is all the times he said lives. So you can see all that, and you can obviously jump to each of those. So, and that's just an Elasticsearch query, but we don't need to get into that just now. What we want is, let's remove this query. Let's remove this. Let's do an export of, let's call this, what is this doing? Scrape new videos. And we'll just do, instead of on call here, actually, we'll just do on, I can't remember what the syntax is, just a standard HTTP request. And I'll just test it with curl or something via HTTP request. This guy here, on request, that's the one. And that's just request response, request response. And let's do, what do I return here? I guess I just need to do request dot, can I just do a request dot end and hello? Yeah, I'm not quite sure with that. And yeah, let's figure out how to run this as well. Probably should have done that before. So I've got, do I have, so let's do let's just do yarn here. Ooh, we need to update to 14 as well. Let's see if that's an issue. Let's try that. I did this on version 12, so I'll need to update that to 14. That's fine. So I think it's npx emulators. Oh, Firebase. I've probably got it somewhere. Emulators start functions. So I think I could do emulators start. Emulators start only functions, maybe. There we go. Oh, in fact, I don't even need to do this at all. I take that back. I think there's some serve shall start. Oh no, it is that. It's right here. Yeah, okay, let me just run this. So this should tell us, you can see here we've got our functions and we've got the URL here. So I guess if I just click on this URL, yeah, request end mouse function. Let me just try return. Request. Do I need to return? I don't think so. The status. That's the other one. Dot end. I don't think I need to. Or dot body. Well, let's try this anyways, and I will also check the examples here. I forget the syntax of everything. Res.send, maybe that's what we want. And I think this automatically updates. It's the response is the one I want anyways. Okay, yeah, no, I was just using request instead of response. Okay, cool. All right, fine. So that's good. I can test it here, and I assume if I console log, that's just gonna. If I refresh this here, console log. Okay, so I've got the log and I've got the response here. If I need to, I'm probably just gonna return. What is that returning? Because this doesn't actually need to return anything. It's going to be running a schedule, so I can just return. I guess right now it's returning a 200. I'll just return a 204. Status code 204. Dot end. Is that how I do it? 204 end. Yeah, cool. So cool. So let's lay out the plan. So I have my trusty notes here. You can see that. So when I fetch the new videos, what I was doing manually is I was running a script to fetch all videos, and then it found the diff. So basically fetch the new videos, transcript, scrape the transcripts, and then we want to take those transcripts and we want to store them in the database instead of right now where I store them all here. Cancel this. I want to store these in Firestore, because I don't want to deal with raising merge requests, etc. automatically. So I'm going to move all these to Firestore. And then what I want to do is I want to also send them to Elasticsearch. Cool. So let's at least get the outline ready for that. Get the notes. So let's get the new videos first. So let's do new videos. Wait. Fetch new videos. This needs to be async. That's fine. Actually, I'll leave fetch, get new videos. Fetch, I like to associate with API calls. So we want to get the new videos, and then based off of the new videos, we want to get the transcripts. Get transcripts. Or scrape transcripts. Let's do that. We're scraping, and we're going to pass in the new videos here. Get new videos, get the transcripts, await. We're assuming we're going to await store in DB, and then was it send to Elastic. Let's lower this. That looks all right. That's basically all we want to do. All right, we're done here. Nice. Let's get GitHub Autopilot to implement this. Let's do this. Okay, cool. I'm going to pop all these below. I think it still resolves fine. It's weird in JavaScript generally, because of kind of the order of the imports. Well, historically, it's always kind of the private methods or helper methods on top. I come originally from a Java background where all the public methods, all the API methods are at the top. So all the exposed ones, the top level methods for your service, and then all the private ones at the bottom, which I think I prefer that way. So these things are at the top, and then everything else is at the bottom. But yeah, anyways. So we've got get new videos. Yeah, of course, because of function currying. Well, I think that might still work. Let's see. So that's fine. Transcript as well, which takes in. Actually, that will create it for me. That takes in the new videos. Then we want store in DB. So let's just take these, and transcripts. That's fine. So that's the outline for everything. So I guess we can start off with getting the new videos, because that should be relatively simple. And then we can see if we've got time to start scraping. No, actually, yeah, getting them will be simple, but we still need to do some stuff with the database actually, so it might take a bit longer than we expect. All right, so when we're getting the new videos, we want to we're going to call it to the API. So let's also get the YouTube API up here. Although, let me think about this for a second. Okay, no. What we're going to do is I've already got this guy, get all JSON videos, so I can basically copy this here. This gets on new videos. So what we want is existing videos. Those get existing videos, fetch existing videos, new videos, and these are actually going to be video IDs. New video IDs. That's fine. New videos, fetch new videos. And then we basically want to return new videos, and we want to filter that on let's call it new, or let's just do video, and then existing videos. We want to filter any new video that isn't included or doesn't exist. Video, here we go. I think that's right. So new videos, and we filter video if it doesn't exist. Yeah, that sounds about right, give or take. So let's create these two. So let's assume, just make sure we haven't done anything silly. Let's assume this returns 1, 2, 3. Or let's just do 1, 2, 3, and this returns. Let's assume this returns 2, 3, 4. Or even if we're getting all the videos, let's just assume this returns 1, 2, 3, 4. This here should just console.log new videos. This is me sanity checking because I don't trust myself. And I will do something silly and spend hours later on trying to figure out why. So let's get the log up here, refresh this guy. New video filter is not. Return. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, this is just an old error message. Just return 204 now. That's fine. So we had 1, 2, and we're returning 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so that's all fine. So yeah, let's fetch the new videos, and then yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up my, where is it? Get all videos. Let me pop this over to this side here, so I can have this on the side. So We have get our videos, get ID, so we can keep most of this the same. The only difference we need to do is remove some of these references to, so we don't need this basically. So let's copy this as is down here. So fetch existing videos will basically, we'll leave this to later actually, because this is going to come from Firestore. So let's focus on fetching new videos. This is what we're doing now. Fetch new videos is basically going to do this. So let's pop that there. This needs to be async, that's fine. So we need to await that, and I assume we're going to await this actually as well. So let's make this guy async. And here we're going to have to return video IDs. I think that's fine. So this page token, the way the YouTube API works is it returns this next page token if your request has more than one page, basically. And then once it doesn't have a next page token, then it page token. I think if there's no more pages, it's just yeah. I think it either returns an empty string or it's null or something. I assume it returns an empty string because this, or else this would fail. But then this fails. I can't quite remember. We can have a look at the response, I guess. Let's actually have a quick look at the response. So I'm gonna just curl this. That'll be the easiest way. So we're gonna curl this guy here. And this is fine, but this has got to be like that. Let's just take this back here as well. Let's pop this in. I think that's fine. And let's remove the page token. What's the page token at first? It's empty, I guess. Well, let's remove this for now. And see. So I've got an environment variable called YouTube API key, by the way. That's where that comes from. So this is YouTube API. We're looking for the snippet, max results 50. I think that is the max results. Playlist ID. This playlist ID is basically, so this is a hard-coded playlist ID. I should name this. It's basically Harry Mac uploads playlist ID. So that's all of, so every YouTuber or every YouTube channel has a playlist ID, which is all the uploads, and that's how you get all the videos. So you need to find that playlist ID, which isn't actually easy to find, but I think that's it. So this will return, and let's just actually return that with results of 1 first. So that way we can just, so this is the result. And you can see here next page token is that. So what if I do, so 328 altogether. So can I do 100? Is that too big? Results per page. Yeah, so 50 is the max here. You can see that regardless. So then what you would do is, it's going to be all 50 actually. So let's just go back up to 1. What you would do in theory is, yeah, you take this token, paste it in. Shall we look at the docs? Or actually, let's not look at the docs. Let's just assume this works for now. We'll keep it like that. So, because we want to just get this working. So, all I care about is items, snippet, resource ID, video ID. So items, snippet, resource ID, video ID. That's the guy I care about. That's the video ID. That's the one that you can paste that into the link on YouTube, and it will, yeah, it will take you to that video. So I'm just mapping, getting all the IDs, and then pushing them to this IDs. Nothing to do. So we'll leave it like that. I guess this will fail. Come in here. Yeah, that's not a big deal. Probably better ways to do that. That's fine. And we can clean this up out by using, I've got it here actually somewhere. Maybe a better way to do this from this project. Yeah. Let me just take this, and if I can move this down here and take that playlist there, then I can take each parameter so let's do snippets. So I'm doing this just because I need to make this, I think, just a bit more readable, because I keep, or else I'm just going to keep having yeah, just keep having issues. So this is you can just pop it into an object, wrap it in search params, and then just append the search params as a string, and that just makes it a bit easier to change things as I go around. So playlist ID, it's going to be this Harry Mac playlist ID. Page token is going to be, well, it's just going to be page token. And key is going to be process.env. I think that's that. I can take all this away and just simply add URL params, I believe. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's see, I've got this in a few other projects which I've done the same thing. Yeah, I think that's fine. Cool. All right, so let's give this a go. So again, duplicate, that's fine. We're going to remove the other file. So fetch new videos. This is going to filter nothing basically, because this is empty for now. So if I run this, actually, let's close this guy for a moment. Look at the logs here. We should see basically every ID if this works. Oh, that did not work. That was empty. Why did that not work? Let's have a look. Okay, new videos. Console.log. New videos. Let's see if that does anything. Also empty. All right, let's. So that. Let's jump into here and see if we're getting anything as a response from the. Actually, let's do this guy here. Console.log response. So we should get a few of these. Is that refreshing? Am I calling this at all? Fetch video. Wait, fetch video. Hi. So hi is getting there. Am I just not awaiting something maybe? No, we are awaiting that. This comes here, got a response. So let's see what's going on here. I think it just needs a second as well to reload. I bet you there's an error. Console.log, this is why you log errors. Let's console error. Something went wrong. Can I then just pass that there? Maybe that's better. There we go. Fetch is not defined. Of course fetch is not defined. Because fetch, because I haven't added it. I think it's just called node fetch. Dependencies, node fetch, yes, cool. So yarn adds node fetch. This is why you log your errors. Don't leave your caches empty. Let's give this something a bit more meaningful. Failed. Error fetching new videos. Cool. So let's just leave that. So require node fetch. This should be better. Let's try that now. Your function was killed. Oh no. Let's restart this guy. See how that goes. Type module, which defines. Have I? Must be import to NodeJS modules. But I'm not using ES modules. So it's nearest so require is an ES module. Is this an ES module? I don't think it is. Type module. Yes. His nearest parent contains type module. I don't have type. In project. That's odd. This might be something to do with node 14. Maybe it's default. So his parents. So let's have a quick look at this. So using node 14 is for cloud function must use import to load ES module. Ah, it's node fetch. That's okay. So let's have a quick look at get our video. So that fetch. What version did I have here? 2.6.1, and now I'm 3. So yeah, I'm assuming node fetch version 3 is now. Is it what ES module only? No, that should be fine. Import fetch from. Let's see if they've mentioned that in the upgrade. Yes, yeah. You're not able to import it with require. We recommend you stay on v2, which is built with CommonJS, unless you use ESM yourself. Interesting. So, two options. We can upgrade to use ES modules, which I've been wanting to do, which is probably a good thing to learn. Yeah, okay. if I was in a rush to get this, I would probably not do this, but because I would like to know, I'd like to actually just get used to using Node with ES modules, I'm going to give that a go. It's going to go on a slight tangent. It shouldn't take long, actually. It should just be relatively quick. I've actually got it as one of my to-dos right here. Update to Node 14 and change type to module. So I think let's give this a quick go. We can add, so with NodeJS, it used to be CommonJS, which means you had to require imports, etc. So now we can use module, which is ES modules. And that means if I go to index, I basically need to change these to the import. So let's take these guys away and let's try import this. Let's do from, remove these. And then what I can do, in fact, is instead of exports, I can now just export const. Export, so I'm just, you don't need to use this export thing, I think comes from CommonJS, but now we're just exporting constants, and I think that should just work. Let's try that. There we go. Splashed juice all over me. So does that mean that just worked? Is that everything I have to do? I think so. All right, so let's go back here, refresh this. Cool. So we are getting things back. Actually, I want to see what the, I'm just going to do that one more time. I want to see what the, actually I'm not going to do that one more time. And the reason why, there is a quota maximum, and I don't want to reach that quota. Let's, let's console log the new videos. Okay, actually we're getting all the new videos fine. Here we can see them all. So new videos, check. How we are doing 6, so that's fine. So if we can at least get something with Firebase, if I can at least move some of these, where are they? Everything I've scraped. Let's see if I can move these guys. So basically this is what I need to do. I need to move these IDs, everything in here and here, to Firebase or Firestore, or basically these IDs. Eventually I want to move the entire content of it, but if I can just move the IDs, then what I can do is at least I'll be able to get the data that I haven't queried, so I can basically do everything and then migrate the old stuff later on, because I don't really need that data yet. Okay, so let's stop this and let's start up Firestore emulator, or just the entire emulator, package.json. So I can just do npx Firebase emulators start. I think that should give me, actually that's just hosting as well. Where's the Firebase JSON here? Do I have functions? Hosting. So what I need to do is actually npx Firebase init. I may need to do this in the, see, this is the thing, I don't know if I need to do this in the root directory or not. Emulators, let me do this in the root directory. I'm just going to do a Firebase init. So I've got functions, I've got hosting, but I don't have Firestore. So I have Firestore. Looks like you haven't used clouds in this project before. I definitely have used cloud in this project before. Let's move this here. Why are you always lying? Okay, no, I haven't Good point. Fair enough. I haven't used Firestore, but I don't want to do that quite yet. Let's do, I wonder if I can just, let me have a look at my other projects, because I've got another few projects. I can maybe check these and see Firebase JSON. Yeah, let's copy this guy. I wonder if that will just work. Do I need a Firebase RC? Let's try this now. If not, I will set it up on. So what it's doing is actually going to my project on Firebase Cloud, and it's checking if I've enabled Firestore, which I haven't created the database, etc., because I've never used it. But right now, I don't need to use it because I'm just wanting to do this locally. Functions, Firestore. Okay. So let's see this here. Close this guy. Firestore emulator. There we go. So I should be able to just kind of start a collection. Yes. Okay. Cool. That all works. So what I want to do is I want to have all my video IDs here. Eventually I want to have all my content here as well. And I want to have this in an easy way. So I want to start a collection. Do I just want a collection of... I want a collection of videos. So it's collection, document, collection, document. I always forget. So videos. And I want to have all my videos basically here. And I guess I could use the... Yeah, I could use the document ID as the video ID as the document ID. So this is the video ID here. So let's add some video ID, right? This doesn't matter right now. And then that will, yeah, I mean, that's all I need right now. I don't actually need any data. So eventually what I can imagine having is here I'd have another collection with the transcript, maybe. Which would then have, let's refresh this. This doesn't always refresh nicely. So I'd have videos, all the IDs. We have the transcript, which would then have, and this would be basically my documents of, where is it? Basically each of these objects. Let's see if I can sort this out. Format. So each of these would be a document within the transcripts. Maybe that's best. The other thing, but I don't need that now, so I think that is fine. So we have the videos, we have all the IDs, and then if I do or if I don't have a transcript, I can add, so I can delete this guy. I can add a field which is basically, you know, like successful, however you spell successful, and that can just be a boolean. So this is successful, or you know, or in fact, even better, I'll probably do like status string, and that will be, you know, success, error, whatever. So then I know which ones have, and obviously the error ones won't have transcripts, and if I ever want to rerun them later on, I can query for that. Cool. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, let's try. So I need a one-off migration to take everything over, and then I need to query. So what I'm going to do is, let me clear all data, start collection, videos. Let's take a few of these guys, just to, because I can do the migration stuff later on. That's a one. I mean, in theory, I could just manually do that, or I could just write a little script. But what's more interesting for me now is to see. Is that right? Can you have an ID starting? Yeah, that's fine. Can I bulk import? Actually, that would be the ideal way. I don't know if you can bulk import collections. Maybe not. Document ID, test, save that. Don't need this. Very good question. Delete collection. I guess that's a duplicate. I don't know. I need to find out if I can bulk insert on Firestore, but we don't really care too much about that for now. What I care about now is, so I've got one ID, which is this guy here. I want to see if this will get, so I want to just pull in that data and just see if it gets excluded. So if we run back over to our index.js for our functions, if I can get that fetched here, then we're all good. Cool. So let's go to Firebase let's go to Firebase Functions. Actually, I've got that here. And let's look for db dot not here. What can I do with cloud functions? Call functions from your app. Trigger background functions. Cloud Firestore triggers. No, not triggers actually. Write functions. Write functions. I can't quite remember. So what I'm just looking for is how to. I just forget the syntax for adding Firebase. I don't think I've got it. Like Firebase admin onto the functions, because I think you can just access the database directly. Get started. Maybe here. It's a good place to start. DB admin. Yeah, I think that's it. Firebase. There we go. There we go. And add message function. So I want this here. Import admin from Firebase, and then I want to do admin.initializeApp.firestore, and I guess I can just do that directly in I can't remember where here. So I want to get the new videos, which is fetch existing videos. Let's add some space. So here, what I want to do is admin.initializeApp.firestore.collection videos. This is what I want, but this is not quite. I remember seeing it. I can't quite remember where I found the documentation for that. Well, let's see what we Firestore .get. I think this returns a snapshot, if I remember correctly. Let's see how far we get from memory, and then we want to return snapshot dot. No, I'm definitely not going to be able to remember this. Each. Oh, wait, snapshot for each. Wait, snapshot. Is it for each? It's also the docs. I need to await this maybe. Yeah, there we go. Let's try for each here. I don't actually remember what this gives, so let's just console log snapshot here. Let's return an empty array. And what I'll do for now is let's comment out this guy. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, I think it's the log here. So let's try refresh this guy. Document reference. Let's go back to the document because I'm never going to get this. Firestore. Read data. When we're reading, we're getting data once. I think it's the same. Admin collection. Does Firebase admin? What's it called? Firebase admin. Firestore. Maybe one of these guys. It's the API reference. Yes. That's just getting started with Firestore. Not quite what I was after. This may be what I'm after. Initialize app. Initialize multiple apps. Not quite. All right. Well, we know that we can do a .get here. I think it. Well, let's have a look at read data get once. Let's just, if we can figure out what that returns, then I'll be able to collection DB cities. Get a document. That returns document snapshot. But I don't want one document, I want a collection. So get collection. No way, there's no get collection here. Get multiple documents from a collection. Await the docs, create snapshot for each doc ID, of course. So that is, we'll call this query snapshot for each. Wait, doc ID. Console.log doc. Well, they won't have doc, so let's just do that. Clear this a second. Refresh this guy. Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what we need. The only other thing now is we don't want to do a for each. We want to map over. And this is where docs.map. Yes. I think this is exactly what we need here. So let me console log this. How I'm doing for time. So I'm gonna just wrap this up after this. If I can get this working, I think we're almost at a good point. Perfect. Okay. So I want to just return this guy. So we're getting the snapshot, we're getting the collection, and then we're initializing the app, Firestore collection, get. So this is getting all the existing videos. Yeah, that's it. And then we just return this. So if do we have any console logs here? If we remove this response and close everything up, we'll go go up here to this scrape. So we got the new videos. We basically want to console.log new videos here. Includes. If it doesn't include this, then it's working basically. So that should be fine. That's because that is in our database. So let's also print out the entire list. All right, so what we'll do this, refresh this guy, come over here. What is that? Be careful, this may be a production service. Okay, that's fine. So we've got all of these plus 200 whatever items. So let's add this to the database. So we'll jump over to Firestore, emulator, add a document with some random data, which we don't really care about. Now, if I run this again, you should basically see 226 more items. Let's do that. In most cases, you only need to call initialize app once. Okay, so we want to initialize the app once. Okay, new videos. So let's get a copy of Firestore up here then. Const Firestore is equal to not work. I think that should work. Let's give that a go. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So so that's it. So we're at a good point now. Oops, sorry. I hope I didn't just kill your ears. So we're at a good point now. So we've got this all basically working. So we've got the new video. Well, I say we've got step 1 working. Let's call this step 1. This is step 2, and then I guess step 3 and 4. So we've got the new videos, which took about an hour. That's fine. The only thing I need to do here now is handle the actual data. So I might do that. I'll either do that in a separate stream. I'll just do that offline in America. But I want to basically stream this entire process. Fire collections. Yeah. So I need to think of a way to basically get my Firestore populate. And I guess if I'm testing, I want to do that programmatically because I don't want to do it manually, so that I can just, because every time you restart this guy, this is all stored in memory. Every time you restart the emulator, you're going to lose all this data. So I want to just find a quick script, which is quite simple, to be honest. Just quick script to, all I need to do is, oh, too many files open. Hold on. Source script. I basically just need to iterate through all of these, well, without the YouTube part. So I guess I can just filter that out just like this. Oops. No, well, you get the picture. Can I do that? Yeah. Can I do that? That? No, don't know the shortcut. Just select all. Anyways, just these IDs. Loop through all of them and just add to Firestore. So actually, you know what? I may be able to do that super quickly. I'm just going to try something very quickly. I'll spend 5 minutes on this most, and then I'll shut the stream there. So I'm just going to go up here, comment these out, and just const scraped is equal to this. It's my big list. And then I think it's just a case of doing Firestore dot collection videos dot doc, and the doc is going to be no, there is a bit more to it. I need to do some batched. No, there's a tiny bit more to it. because what I want to do is Firebase. Well, it's actually here. Add and manage data, but I want to add transaction. Yeah, run transaction. The weird thing is, I don't know if the admin API supports this modular. How does that work? I guess it's a bit different, but essentially what we want to do is, I've got that actually now separate. Hold on a second. What you want to do really, db.batch. Yeah. So it would be const batch is equal to firestore.batch, just like that. I've done this before. And then you just batch commit. Batch.commit. I mean, that's it. I think that's it. So all I would need to do here is so for const, let's see, IDs, ID, what did I call this? Scraped. So I just want to await. Please increase the font size. We'll do. Hopefully that's better, Raja. I'm closing up soon, to be honest. Just trying one final thing, which is basically entering some, migrating my data from files to Firebase. So videos, the doc will be the ID, and I want to set. In this case, I'm going to do, this is like the status to success or something like that. The reason I use status to success instead of earlier on I was mentioning success equals true, it's just a habit of not using booleans, which is, it's unarguable, I guess, kind of philosophy, which is if you use a boolean, you're always constrained to two, true or false. Until there's a third one. I can barely able to listen. I don't know how to increase the, well, I guess, yeah. I will get closer to the mic and try shout a bit, but I wonder if it's this. No, that's not that. Input. I think this is hopefully a bit better. And I'll try to speak a bit louder. Cool. So I think if I do this, then I do a batch commit. Do I need to await? Yeah, I guess I need to await the commit file. And I can remove this. If I do this, then that basically, let's see what happens. So I'm hopefully going to be adding, let's delete these guys. I wonder if I can just clear all data. Let's try that. Refresh. And I'm going to refresh here. I'm going to see if I get any errors. Clear that. Let's see if we get any errors here. This is taking its time, actually. That took 18 seconds. That took quite long, didn't it? Just to enter, what's that? Maybe a few hundred entries. 18 seconds. That's quite long. Anyways, yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So actually adding them to the database is a matter of a few lines. So that's that. And then if I wanted to add the scraped no transcript. I'm basically going to add the exact same script, no transcript. Actually, it doesn't really matter for now. So let's just open up my script, no transcript. Let's remove these. Copy this across. Over here. And then this one here, status success. Let's just do error. Or let's do error. I guess you could add an error to it, but for now, that's all we care about. They weren't able to scrape the transcript. That's what they're there for. And I can refresh here. Beginning execution, so we'll wait that for a few seconds, and yeah, you can actually see this moving, and there we go. So now I'm gonna keep this for later. Let's move this and this. We'll keep this for later. I'll pop this at the bottom in a const migrate and don't need that. Let's make this async. Why does this not like that? Of course. It's about to go crazy there. We'll keep that for later. And if I just undo this here now, and finally, okay, that's fine. Run this again. I assume we'll just, there we go. Oh no, error fetching new videos, cannot read property length of undefined. I assume that's because while page token, and I don't know why that wouldn't then just return the video's ID anyways. Because I'm not logging anything, of course. So that would work fine. But yeah, let's just do a catch for that, and then let's just console log new videos, final one. And this should just return basically all the videos I generally haven't done. And let's refresh this final time. There we go. So we have 3 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm like 37. Is that 37 videos behind? Yeah, so I haven't done this in a while because it's an all manual process, but I think I'm going to call it there. This is a good point to get to. So we've basically got this, part 1 done, which is, and I'll need to run this on my cloud Firestore, so we've actually got the data up there, so I don't need to run it every time. But next, so I'll probably do another live stream at some point, which is the next step, which is just going through and scraping the transcripts. And I've got that mostly done, but the issue, there was an issue with iframes, etc., so I couldn't quite automate it. So I'm going to see if I can automate it this time. And if I can't, we'll figure that one out later. And then storing to the database should be relatively simple. Sending to Elasticsearch should be relatively simple. So, and then yeah, of course we need to do that should be fine. Cool. Yeah, I think I'll call that there. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And I shall see you guys in the next one. Yeah, have a good day, have a good evening, have a good morning, wherever you are. Cheerio. Bye.